Hello,
Hi.
Hey, welcome.
Hey man, I
What the
was
hell?
enjoy
discovering that
crocodile alligator. I have a Chevrolet movie.
Interior alligator.
You heard
I
me.
don't know what that was.
Some head? No problem.
Yeah, but anyways.
It's okay, we're chilling. We had a cool, like, deep, friendly conversation.
Mm-hmm. Very, very enlightening.
It was about Cyberpunk and how sad I was when it ended.
Which
And
ending?
then El Salvador, and then
I got
raving.
I got Fear the Reaper, and then I finished off with the one with Pan Am,
Nice.
and that one was sick. So
The Devil is a really good one.
it is. Is that the one where you
Yeah.
let Johnny possess you, right?
I think it's the one that you go and you side with Arasaka and Help Hanako.
How
Ew.
dare you side with Arasaka?
Look, I had to get all of the achievements to 100% it, alright? I'm not proud of
Oh
what I did,
damn! I didn't know you
but
were
it
quite
was a
the
good
achievement
ending.
hunter.
Oh yeah, check out my profile.
Nah, I'm too afraid now. I
Oh,
don't want you to brag at me.
no, please. Validate me.
It's good, bro. It's pretty good. I'm not
Like,
You're
I
a
gonna
got all the
traitor.
endings.
Traitor.
I do it for you, please.
Alright, I'll look at it later. I'm just kidding. Let's check
That's
it out.
funny. That's how I feel with most games that I'm playing right now, because I'm like, hey, I'm accomplishing great things, and everyone's like, hey, that game's like over 20 years old. And I'm like, okay.
Real?
What's your point?
Sort of.
Because I've been doing, so I'm just loading in and making sure everything's fine. Been doing Guild Wars 1 runs, hardcore, aka Nuzlocke, been doing Pokemon Nuzlocke for Radical Red, which aside from Emerald Kaizo is like the hardest one to do. So
I'm gonna switch to Discord on PC. I'll be right back.
okay. I went on a rant, sorry. When he gets back, we'll get started. How's everyone doing? Anything new going on in everyone's lives that they'd like to share? Okay.
I started to lose hair on the back of my head, like a monk.
You mean like me?
Kinda.
What, lower or higher than mine?
I need Rogaine.
Well, order for 2.
I'm gonna use both bottles.
Fuck you. I was gonna buy the
Nah,
bottle.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I just didn't want that in my
I guess-
Amazon search history.
Nah, I'm just joking. I'm gonna go to El Salvador. Like I said, we're just getting everything kind of situated here at the castle. So
Cool.
yeah.
Very nice. What you, Jobo? How you doing?
I'm doing alright.
Hanging in
Just
there?
been chilling, yeah.
That's good. Rainy Andrew, how you guys doing?
I'm good. Just helping the family I work for get their house ready to be sold for them to move to Canada.
Oh, nice.
I know.
Good on them. I want to pull that
16.
trigger so fucking bad.
The dad has dual citizenship, and so do the kids. So they just were like, let's just do it.
Yeah, that makes so much more sense. Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah.
Like, if it doesn't go well, you can come back to the States and figure it out, you know?
Yeah. And he's not losing his job. He's transferring with Google over to their Toronto
Dude.
base. So
Fucking clutch.
yeah, super annoying. So easy.
Right? Like, fuck you, you know?
keep trying to convince me to move out there by sending me IT openings for Andrew.
It's like, thanks, but it'll be on a visa again.
Yeah.
I live in Toronto.
That's funny.
Andrew's already vetoed it. We could go on a visa for me because I could work for them, and nannies and childcare are like pretty high up on the visa list of like guaranteed acceptance.
Yeah, that makes
Oatmeal
sense.
wouldn't allow it.
Omeo would hate it.
Oh, don't knock it till you try it. It might do wonders.
He'd only hate it because Andrew hates it.
You'll get over it.
No.
Okay. I tried. I tried.
Yeah, we've all tried, man.
Yeah.
We're staying.
All right, fine.
Good. I don't want you guys to leave. I'm gonna be selfish as fuck. Stay.
I just wanted an excuse to leave the country and have someone to go visit. That's all. So yeah, I was being
Absolutely
selfish.
endorsing you guys, bro. Well,
Thanks.
Damn.
What is this?
You can see me?
Alrighty. Well, I got a couple stogies rolled. Feel a little loosey-goosey, so let's go ahead and get started. Are we ready, kids?
I am ready.
yes, sir.
My seat's still broken.
I can't hear you.
Are you actually gonna play on your knees, Quince?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I am on my knees right now.
I think I downloaded the wrong D&D. Ooh, welcome
Nice.
back to the Interdimensional Pirate Air, where you guys have landed on Malachor V due to the sweet enticings of Marco and Pharaohs leading you here due to them wanting to expand their dark side prowess, and Fengar obliging because you guys need to lay low and ain't fucking no one coming here to look for you. This is probably the last place in the galaxy that you're currently in that anybody would be looking for you. So it worked out pretty well. You guys were attacked on your way through this cavern after Shepard had wild-shaped the Oasis, wild-shaped himself into an Ironwood Brontosaurus and used his Warden Wood's ability to bind the Oasis to his back. You guys were strutting through this canyon, you got attacked. Sith Hounds and Force Ghosts, or at least one of them. One of them, in that one in particular, seemed to be a very weird foe, as pretty much nothing except for Force abilities or Ghost abilities seem to work on this creature. By ghost, I mean, of course, anything that has to do with the ethereal plane. And you guys prevailed. I believe we did leave off. It's been a couple weeks. I did not watch the very ending, but I made sure to catch up on things that were important. So I do believe we did leave off with you guys completing a short, if not long, rest. That is entirely up to you guys. It has been a couple weeks, so I do apologize for if that is indeed where we left off, but I believe it is. So without further ado, we will go ahead and just start off with saying that you finished a short rest on the deck of the Oasis, or at least on the Oasis. Lower levels or deck, doesn't matter. And yeah, open floor. You guys are chilling after defeating a very difficult enemy to defeat. Sorry, I was doing fine until the end there. My apologies. But go ahead. The floor is your guys's. There are currently no enemies in sight.
Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna go downstairs to my little meditation corner I kind of set up here and just kind of meditate to myself now that I'm finally here. Or, yeah, I guess now that I'm finally here on Malachor V, I'm just gonna start to meditate and, you know, try to figure stuff out. See if I'm feeling anything particular on the planet that we just landed on. So that's gonna be pretty much it for me.
Okay, I'll cut you off.
Marcus,
Go ahead.
do you say anything before you go meditating? Do you tell us to when you go meditate, I guess?
I yell out loud. I'm gonna go downstairs to meditate. But specifically
Okay.
to Marcus, I like yodel to him. I go, I'm gonna go meditate.
I
And
was
go
like, wait,
downstairs.
wait up. Meditation sounds nice, actually. Can I join you?
Yeah, I have this freaky book too. Do you want to read it with me?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, we tried this before. I don't know if you recall, but
Thank
I have
you.
short-term memory loss, so thank you for reminding me.
yeah, incredible. No, I'm not reading that book.
As a DM, thank you, Andrew.
As a player, I implore you to read the book.
Please read the book. No, I'm not reading the book. Get in the flask.
Dude, the flask.
All right.
Sorry. I'll go on mute.
Alright, yeah, I'll join Marco in meditation.
Okay, I'll cut you guys off there. And then we'll bring it back to the rest of the crew here in just a second. Yeah, Marco, you do lay out all of your meditation materials. I would say out of that, you do have something that can act as a meditation mat, just for ceremonial purposes, right? Every little bit does help, right? Like, I
It's
know
just
the
some
force is
ripped up
different.
carpet.
Yeah, like, you know, it's like a fucking some poor souls that you fucking skinned alive. I don't fucking know. It could be anything.
And then Marco takes off his coat and lays it next to him for Marcus to sit on, like it's a mat. And go, here you go, my good
Yeah.
sir.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Very nice, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, so you do set yours up, you lay down your jacket for his. You set up some candles around him as well, and you complete a circle around the two of you. Marco, you do notice that whenever you've went to go and meditate, it does take a little bit of time. Now, if I don't know if anyone here knows anything about hypnosis, but you actually can, quote unquote, hypnotize yourself through meditation, right? It does take a lot of time to get into that state. However, you've noticed that on this planet, snap, it was instant. You hopped into meditative state as soon as you closed your eyes, and this saves you a lot of time, whereas normally you were frustrated, as this could take anywhere from 5 to 45 minutes. But for here, for some reason, it was instantly. Marcus, sorry, I sound that sounds weird when I say it that way, but I'm emphasizing which Mark.
No, it's good.
When
That's
you're
his code name.
please describe what you do to go into this meditative state if you're trying to accomplish one at all. Your positioning, what's going through your mind at the time, because I'm not quite too sure what you're trying to accomplish here, so please walk me through it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna crisscross applesauce and just close his eyes and regulate his breathing. Nothing fancy, just
Okay.
something that he used to do before.
Would you
Big
say
bites.
you're focusing on your breathing?
Yeah, exactly. And then, honestly, just gonna use that time just to reflect on the fight, because that was a kind of a tough foe. So he's really just gonna like think mentally about future strategies. Nothing. I'm not trying to accomplish anything in particular. It's just roleplay.
Okay. Very, very good. We will bring it back to both of you in a minute. Fuck, I don't have any paper near me. Oh, it's all the way over there. Alright, I'm gonna pull out a text document. I'm gonna write this down before I forget, and then we'll move on to the other people. Oh, and I also have DMs to check. So let me check on that. Yeah, give me a couple minutes, guys. I have noticed during previous sessions, I've been pretty bad at keeping my thoughts together, so I'm going to take some notes. Yeah, this is going to be another fucking text document called new document, and I'm not going to know what it is later.
Marco's gonna nudge the book into Marcus's hands. Hey.
Do you really?
No, I'm just
Okay.
joking.
Alright. It's like, bro, dude, you know what's in there. You don't want to put that evil on him, Ricky Bobby.
Well,
The
it's
Chip
free real
rolls up
estate.
and slaps it out of his hand.
Get this thing out of my sight! And just fucking throws it across the room.
Marco whispers to him, "It's free real estate." That's pretty much it. Hold on, what the fuck is this?
Okay. Alright, sorry, I had to put some keywords in there, otherwise I would fucking forget the whole point. Alright, we are gonna bring it back to the rest of the crew, and we'll be back with you two in a moment. Helion, Pharos, and Valandra, you guys are just waking up from either just kind of nodding off up against the wall, or in your hammocks, or in your beds, wherever the fuck you were. Entirely up to you. Either way, walk me through it. But please let me know what you guys are doing.
After doing my little meditation thingy, I want to go see if I can see any more bodies of like medium or large, just kind of laying around off the ship.
I'm sorry, repeat that very last bit. I was reading something. My bad. I heard 3/4 of that.
You're good, you're good. I just want to go to the deck of the ship now and see if I can point out any other bodies or like skeletons and stuff to possibly procure.
You did clean the deck of the ship. Now there is one.
Oh, like
Go ahead.
off the side.
Yep.
Like we're still kind of like in the airish, right?
Yep. Yeah, you didn't leave
And-
anywhere. It was kind of an hour. We'll say that the Oasis did a pretty good job of keeping an eye around you guys, so you didn't get ambushed. You know, it's a brontosaurus, right? You can move its head all around and keep an eye out. So, hour went by. We'll say it was a short rest, as long as everyone's okay with that. Like I said, it's been a while. You do look around. You see the cliff edges. There's nothing really there, but you see blood trails on the other side of the cliff edge. I think you guys did knock a few off the side and kill them. And there are 2 bodies that are large size. There is no remnants of the Force Ghost that you encountered. Of course, it's a fucking Force Ghost. But there are remnants, or not remnants, bodies of the Sith Hounds that attacked you. There are 2 down below. There's one stuck to the end of the shepherd's tail, the spiked tail that he created. He cast Entangle on his tail and has wooden spikes and all kinds of shit. So that one had a real bad time. And then there's one just down below in between the both right front and right back legs of the brontosaurus itself, down on the ground below the deck of the ship. They are both large size. That took a long time to describe that. I'm so sorry. But we have 3 hours, so it's fine.
All good.
Alright, I'm gonna wake from my cot
Okay.
down below, and I am going to make my way to the kitchen.
Okay.
Because after using my devil fruit and then taking a little short rest, I'm kind of hungry. So I'll be in the kitchen for about like 45 minutes making breakfast for the crew.
Perfect.
It'll just be me, Hera, and my clone.
Okay.
Hera's not really helping a whole lot, but we're having a good time, and that's what matters.
She has enough intelligence to grab you ingredients off a shelf so that you don't have to walk away and cause any burning. So I'm going to
She's a
give you
little
advantage
feisty
on the...
sometimes though, but okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I will get back to you on that one. I do not have a comprehensive table yet for myself to give you the...
Do you want me to tell you what they do?
If you could
'Cause I
actually
have
just
that.
post
I have all of
it,
it written down, bro.
bro, if it's easier for you than it is for me, please go ahead. Just go ahead and post that in general.
Sick. Oh yeah, bro, I got you.
Cool.
This
I
saves you
can.
some time. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. But later I will also ping you a recipe, and there'll be some flavor behind it. I promise.
Okay. Not to worry.
I actually would appreciate that moving forward, because obviously you're making the dishes for a reason. You know what they do, so it actually does
Yes.
help me. So thank you very much.
Yeah, the only stuff I don't really know what it does is like I have the spice pouch to throw like unique flavors onto dishes, but like that's all the description.
That
gave.
is
I don't know if it does more or less, but I've been throwing it into every dish, so
perfect.
however that works out,
Mhm.
it works out. So
It doesn't do much mechanically. That is for you with flavor.
Okay.
So if you would have, well, I mean, no pun intended, but if you would ever like to apply, like create actual dishes that you as a person would be like, dude, that sounds fucking bomb, you have the spices to do that.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's a little bit of role play in there for you. But yeah, as far as mechanically, not really. But, you not putting it in there, sometimes I dock a little bit of points,
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries.
Thank you very much for that, though.
Yeah, we'll let everybody else go, and then I can describe my dish when we.
Yeah, cool beans. We'll come back to you whenever you're ready. You just go ahead and
I'm ready right now, but like I'm not trying to take up a bunch of time.
Okay.
Plus, it's gonna take me time to actually make it anyway, so I'd much rather set it in front of people and then.
Perfect. I like that even more.
see.
Okay. And we're establishing this for the future too, so this is great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, not a problem.
Alrighty. Valandra is the only person left. What would you like to do as soon as you wake? What's going on in Valandra's head?
I'm gonna go up to the top deck and go talk to Fengar. Just ask him where we're going, what's happening. What's the plan now that we killed all these hounds?
Okay. You do
Right.
notice that Fengar is not there, but as soon as you go up there, something catches your eye, and it catches your eye for any other reason that something that you're familiar with whenever you're looking for something does catch your eye. Subconscious is what drives us, right? So you do catch out of your eye that there is a ring hanging from a branch of Shepherd. Well, Shepherd's not technically there. There is a pseudo tree, a pseudo wudo, if you will, mimicking where Shepherd would normally be, because you guys have your ornaments. In fact, that just reminded me where we left off at the very end. So eventually, when you guys would like to describe what you would like to do with the remains for the tree, that is indeed where we left off last time. I just want to bring that up. But yeah, Valandra, you don't see Fengar or Shepherd, but you see a tree and you see a ring hanging from a branch.
I like shiny things, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on.
You're gonna put the ring on. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Wow.
It is a very nice ring. This ring is magically created by a genie. You don't know that as a player, or sorry, as a character, but I'm telling you as a player. So you can kind of use your imagination to fill in the gaps of how extravagantly beautiful it is. It's a very pretty ring. I would say there's a very nice... I forgot the fucking name of the gem, but it does have hints of red and blue in it. And I'll get back to you because it's actually worth more than diamond, and I didn't know this. And it's a really cool gem, so I'll get back to
Is
you.
it called Alexandrite?
Fuck you. Yes, it is.
You're welcome.
I wanted to sound smart, and then you just sounded so much smarter.
It's the most expensive gemstone in the world.
Are you kidding? Yeah, I thought so. Because
No.
when I looked at it, I was like, "That's the most beautiful thing I've ever fucking seen."
It's like roughly $10,000 a carat.
Okay, moving on.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Alrighty.
you have this information.
Just ready to go.
No, for sure. She had it locked and loaded. It was great. I fucking love it. So yeah, you do put this Alexandrite ring on your fucking hand. God damn you. And then you do connect the dots. You know that Fengar is inside of this ring, but you put it on nonetheless. This doesn't take long. So what else would you like to do?
Does the ring like magically resize to me, or is it too big?
I'd say yeah, it's magically resized to you. Yeah.
I can love that.
That'd be pretty
I'm just
dumb
gonna
if
walk
it
around
wasn't.
with it if he's not gonna come out. I'm just
Sorry,
gonna...
I was talking with you. What'd you say?
Oh, no, you're fine. Said I'm just gonna walk around with it if he's not gonna come out. This is a beautiful ring.
Right on. Yeah, no, that checks out
Yeah.
because so far from what you guys could tell, you were unsure if he can or cannot perceive the outside world while he's in his ring. He could just been ignoring you this whole time, or he can't. Those are the two possibilities, and both equal or both of them are equally plausible, knowing Fengar's personality.
Okay, well, since he's not gonna pop out, I'm just gonna go look around the edges of the ship and see if I can see any friendly ghosts. See what's happening with them.
You see quite a few off into the distance, but you've noticed that after that fight, like right after, they started to be a little bit more distant from you because they've noticed that you can perceive them. However, they are not they are not out of the range of your abilities. So if you would like to force them to interact with you, you can. But there's none on the deck of the ship. There's none within the facility. I'd probably say they're, at least not anywhere within the canyon that the Oasis is in.
Are they like free roaming spirits, or do they usually stay around the place that they were killed?
They
Like,
look
could I be
free
able to
roaming.
tell?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a few coming in and out, if that helps.
Yeah, I was just hoping maybe I could use it to find hotspots of like dens of things or something.
Sorry, repeat that?
I was trying to see if like if they did have to stick to where they were killed, then I could tell if there was like something over there, but I guess they just get to roam the whole planet. Which is nice, right?
Yeah, that's a very specific thing that you're looking for in character, so I'd say that doesn't help you. There's no behavior that indicates that that's indeed the case.
Okay. It's a nice afterlife to get to explore.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the downside.
Alright,
Is there's not much to do here.
Yeah, planet does suck, I guess. I'm just gonna chill then, I guess. Just keep looking out, waiting for Fengar to decide if he's gonna come out or not.
Okay. Where exactly would you say you're hanging out? Just on the deck of the ship?
Yeah. I mean, right now I'm standing, I think, on top of Fengar. This like person by the tree. I've left him out.
Very good. The quarter.
But I was gonna say I can just go chill up there. So.
Okay. Yeah, very good. The deck of the ship is always good to have at least one person on. I said that so fucking weird. Forgive me.
Okay, I think Pharaohs is up here too.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm up here.
Yeah.
You don't count anymore.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Can you roll me a history check, please?
Yeah, pretty sure. +7.
That's enough. Okay. Good history check. You take a squat, or at least you post up where they're near the mast of the first sail there, and you're pondering on the previous fight. That fight in particular was not something that your crew is used to dealing with. And you did notice a few things, whereas, your single ability from your devil fruit power was able to affect this creature, and you saw, you know, the force abilities and all of that, and it kind of made you reflect on how the spirits on this planet are acting different than the spirits that were in the Forgotten Realms, which is where you just came from. These tend to... Sorry. The history check was to see if you could remember how they viewed you after your ability was done, right? You'd throw their weapon, you'd make them throw their weapon, and then you'd move on to the next that had a weapon to throw. You recalled on that, and frankly, I shouldn't have even have... I shouldn't even had you to have rolled because you have that fucking ability.
Yeah.
Is that what you were just saying?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I should just be telling you this. You do recall that as soon as your ability, Poltergeist, I believe it is, left that target, these spirits did their best to disappear immediately after. So you're kind of getting the idea that these spirits in particular want nothing to do with you, in fact are afraid of you, whereas the spirits in the Forgotten Realms are a little bit more accommodating because they want to give meaning, or they want to help out, or they just want to hurt someone, whereas here it's kind of like you're threatening their existence, if that gives any
No, I'm picking up what you're putting
perspective.
down.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. But that's about it. Is there anything else you'd like to do while you're up here? You do have the open floor.
No, those are some pretty heavy realizations. So I'm gonna sit with that for a minute.
Okay. I like that. Alright, we're gonna bring it back over to Marco and Marcus in just a second while I review my notes to remember the thing that I knew I'd forget. There it is. Perfect. Marco and Marcus, you guys are sitting there meditating. Marcus, you're sitting on a piece of magical clothing that you're not sure even exists, because you literally saw this manifest while Marco used his glamour studded leather armor to change the appearance of his armor, essentially. But it does feel magical when you lay it down. It's kind of cool. And you kneel on it, and Marco kneels on his after he's done lighting and setting up all the candles. I'm gonna leave... I was gonna do a taumaturgy thing, but I'm gonna leave that up to you. My bad.
Oh no, that's how I lit the candles.
Yep, there we go. Okay, you're already on board. Perfect. Marcus and Marco, this is just to see who kind of connects to whatever the fuck they're trying to connect to first. Please, both of you, give me a wisdom saving throw. It's just to help me as a DM, because I can't decide who to go first, so I'm literally being a dick about it. You know, fucking roll for it, I can't choose.
Got a 12.
Okay. And you got a 4. Okay, so Marco. Please excuse me and Marco. We will be right back.
Detention.
Yep. You're grounded. Go to the principal's office.
I was like, don't you ever say that to me ever. Sorry.
No, you're good. Alright, so you fall into this meditative state pretty quickly, but it does take a minute for you to reach out to anything. Now, that's not because you're not adept in meditation, it's because there were a lot of things to reach out to. So my question is, what are you reaching out to? What are you trying to get out of this?
Out of this meditation, I'm
Yes.
trying to get a better understanding of this dark power that I've finally been able to wield and use to influence the reality of, I guess, plane that I'm on. I'm not affecting. Well, I know I'm affecting the plane where the forced ghosts were, but I want to get like a better understanding of, I guess, the dark powers of the force.
Okay. Let's
Be
say...
able to wield it.
Okay. Very good. So, would you say, if you were to summarize it into one word, what word would you say?
Wrath.
Wrath. Intriguing. There were a lot of answers that you could have given there. Bro, that's the thing. I spent all day preparing for this session. Like, that answer actually meant something.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
I'm glad that it's going along just as planned.
Alrighty. Holy shit. So this is what DMing is. Wow, shit's come together. Okay. You see... I need to double check the physical description of this being. Give me 1 second, please.
Take your time.
Okay. Places. Bro, if I was sharing the screen of my Google Docs, you guys would fucking shit yourselves. Okay. Now it sounds like I'm stroking myself. I'm sorry.
Well, damn, dude, that ego boost must be
I know,
crazy.
dude. I was just talking about that with my sister. Me and my fucking dad have an ego problem. Sorry, I'm just looking for a physical description so I can give it to you.
Understand.
Because it is important. Alright. You see a translucent, so, you know, fading in and out. You can see through it, all that, right?
Mhm.
Half-shattered specter wrapped in tattered ritualist robes that you can assume are from Sith origin due to the markings. You've seen a few in the book. That makes sense. With ink black threads of alchemical scriptures. So there's actually a lot of things that you can tell are alchemical just based off of the similar symbols that you've seen on some of the pages of the book that you've been reading. So that works out too. His face is split vertically by a glowing fault line, and you can't see much of his face because he's hooded, and it's just dark. But you see that glowing fault line, and you see a couple of eyes, right? Because the light reflects off the eyeballs a little much better than the rest of the face, so you can't quite make out his face. However, he does have one blue eye and one red eye. Embedded in his chest is a kind of like dislodged shard of a shattered holocron. So like it almost as if half of his heart was replaced with a holocron, but it's kind of fading in and out as if it's meant to be symbolic of some sorts. Like his heart is knowledge or some shit. It's a very pretentious feeling that you're getting from him. However, you do hear one question. I want you to pay very close attention to this. I am that which makes the strong forget and the weak endure. I have no voice, yet I speak volumes. What am I? And as soon as he finishes that question, your eyes open and you see Marcus right in front of you. And I'm gonna bring you back up. Okay. Sorry that took so long.
God damn it.
Aw, did I cuck you guys? Aw, I'm sorry. Did I cuck your cuckening? Sorry.
Cucked it. I can wait.
Marcus, you look at in front of you and you see Marco's eyes, who were once closed and flickering back and forth behind the lids, open up. with a pondering look on his face. What do both of you guys do? Marcus, as far as your meditation, nothing yet. Sorry.
I go to the kitchen because I smell something good cooking.
So I'm gonna eat.
Oh, you give up on your meditation? Okay.
Oh no, I
Oh,
just
I
need
thought
a
we were
little.
done, my
I
bad.
just need a little snack, man. A little.
Never mind. I'm gonna
picnic,
keep
you know,
doing it.
Oh, okay.
I-
Oh,
take
shit.
Yeah,
Little
yeah,
breaks.
I shut Marcus's eyes. I'm like, you're not done yet. You gotta keep cooking, okay?
Alright,
Trust me on
okay.
this.
that was my fault. That's my
By the way.
fault, so I'll fix it. Yeah, Marco, you do notice that, like, you went to go up to get food, and you notice that Marcus smells the same thing, and he goes up to get food. But you realize he was never really into the true meditative state, so you go, shush, 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 shush. You're not ready yet for breakfast. And then a couple seconds go by, Marcus goes back into his similar state. But Marcus, you do peek out of the corner of your eye every once in a while, and Marco is still pondering on something. We'll give this probably about 6 more seconds. So what do you guys do? Is Marcus, are you focusing on anything? Marco, are you focusing on anything? You both have a couple things to think about during this time, so please let me know.
I guess Marco would just be pondering about what he's garnered from this meditation that he's just finished, and while he's going off to go grab whatever, or not grab, but go and check out whatever Helion is cooking, he's just gonna kind of repeat the memory in his head and just kind of think on it.
Yeah,
And I
I'm
guess that's gonna be
actually sending that to you right now because I just realized I would not remember that either. So, 1 second.
But you know me.
No, I'm fucking horrible with that shit. I could remember a conversation word for word like 3 weeks later, but if you asked me what I said today, tomorrow, I couldn't tell you. Marcus, you peeked through, you saw Marco kind of pondering something very intently. You've actually never seen him actually give something this much thought. It's not that he's thoughtless, it's that he's pretty quick to make decisions or anything like that. You've never seen him actually sit there and think about something. But you were trying to achieve your own meditative state as well. So what's going through your head right now?
After reflecting on his own abilities, he's going to start thinking about the abilities of his crewmates and how to incorporate that into strategy should they face another enemy similar to the Force Ghost.
You failed your... No, you didn't fail, but you rolled real low on your save. So... we will be right... Excuse me. We will be right back. Sorry, that was a
No,
burp.
please, not the chair.
Yeah, you're getting the chair. That was a burp at the end
No.
of a sentence. That was bad timing.
Detention!
Yeah, he's fucked. Give me one. Alrighty. So you're sitting here meditating. You saw Marcus pondering and all that, and then you start thinking about what you described to me a second ago, where you are wondering about the abilities of your crew. You're wondering why certain abilities didn't work on the last enemy that you faced. Yeah, get the hell out of the room, Rainy. Get
What's
at
up?
you. I'm just kidding.
Oh, she can't hear anything.
I know. I remember your setup. You're thinking about what your crew is capable of, what it's not capable of, what did work, what didn't work in the last fight. We're gonna go ahead and say Marcus actually sees visions of the
Ooh.
Force. Now, this is a vision where it's kind of like, this is a vision where it's preloaded for anyone who has made contact with the Force that doesn't know what it is. This is kind of like a tutorial for the Force, if you will. You get visions of the universe, you get visions of rocks, birds, snakes, water, trees, plants, grass, human beings, other aliens, every living thing, and they all have one in common. But this vision isn't 3-dimensional. This is almost 4th dimensional, as if you see a a string of webs connecting everything and making them one, but it's not even a string of webs. It's more of like a constellation of stars. And then it zooms in and in and in onto an individual, which is actually the person right in front of you, and in and in and in, down to a microscopic scale where you kind of almost see cells interacting, but you see a very particular cell that's radiating with energy and connecting all the other cells together with the same energy. And then it zooms out and out and out, and then you see the same connection where it's connecting planets together, but through threads that are in the billions. There are billions of threads connecting each planet together. This gives you the overall idea that there is some sort of force out in the universe connecting and binding everything together. And this infuriates the living shit out of you, because this gives you some sort of sense of control. But control without balance, because you've seen more fucked up shit than you've seen good shit.
Nice. I
And
like
we're-
that.
Go ahead.
I was saying, I like that. That's good stuff.
Okay. Very good. And we're going to bring you
Fair.
right back up as you kind of go back into the universe, to the planet that you're on, to your own self. And we are back
Perfect
into the
fucking time.
present time.
Did anybody see my message?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I tried to add to it, but I have to be in the channel. I was like, oh, no.
Alrighty. So you open your eyes after all of that, Marcus. Marco and Marcus. You both open your eyes to each other at the same time. Kind of doing different things internal monologue wise. Is there anything you guys would like to do at this point?
Oh, sorry, I was drinking some water. I'm gonna look at Marcus with a raised eyebrow, and then I'm just gonna go and grab some food or just check out what's in the kitchen. Be like, huh?
Marcus is just silently seething as he walks to the kitchen.
Okay. You guys both notice that you are somewhat different from this experience, and this experience did not last long in your own eyes. However, it did last long in real time. This was about a 30-minute experience, but to you guys, it was less than a minute. Marco, you're looking behind you, and you just see Marcus seething with anger. And then Marcus...
Man, that guy must be hangry.
Yeah. And Marcus, you look ahead of you, and you see Marco just perpetualized in uncertainty. And kind of looking around a little bit. Taking a liberty there, forgive me. But you guys do walk to the kitchen, and you see Helion preparing a very nice late afternoon meal. Helion, are you ready to describe what that meal is?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you guys walk into the kitchen, you see me tossing a salad. Not that kind of salad.
Are we not doing phrasing anymore? Come on.
Hey, sorry. As you can see on the table, I have this Hydra heart fruit smashed and chopped up into pieces. And next to it, I have my rainbow carrots already peeled and chopped. And you see, I'm just finishing touches with the seasoning and the salt with my garnishes next to me, and I'm just plating. In the center, it's a Hydra heart. Just one little slice placed on top of the salad that I just got done tossing. Inside the salad, you will find some of the yes.
Sorry.
find some of those carrots that I chopped up, and it is garnished with garlic bulbs that were like minced, and a little bit of dwarven iron.
Mm.
But as you both walk in, I hand you both plates, and I believe if we're still linked, right?
Yeah. Her ability lasts a while. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, I will let everyone else know that breakfast is ready. But this is... Oh. God, it's so hot. I'm like sweating, bro. This is rough. Oh
Dude, I know. It's like out of all the days of the week, you had to hit Friday and Saturday for the heat wave. Fuck you.
Yeah, yesterday it was not this bad.
No, it wasn't. It was really
Fuck.
fucking nice yesterday, and I wish I did yard work. Because I couldn't
call this
do
dish the monster mash salad.
monster mash salad until your next line. That's supposed to con resistant. No. Okay. Now, based off of this, some of the ingredients that you listed off, I'm going to give you a couple of aromatics that everyone else smells on the ship, but please fill in the gaps after this, because I only have a few. You guys do smell a metallic smell, but it's not a blood metallic. It's not like iron. It's kind of like the smell that you would smell if you were to walk into a welding shop.
Oh, like tungsten.
Yeah, exactly. So, you smell that kind of metal, and you smell an aroma that kind of smells like a campfire. Now, that's for the Hydra Heart, and that was for the,
The roots.
Yep, thank you.
Oh, yeah, no.
But the
Well, garlic
rest...
obviously smells like garlic, so...
Yep, garlic, all kinds of shit. I would say...
With the extra, like, seasoning pouch that I added in there, there's probably, like, thyme, basil, cumin in there.
Okay. Not my favorite, but a lot of people love it. My fucking mom goes crazy for cumin.
Yeah, I didn't put, like, a lot in there to make it spicy, just enough to, like, give it a little kick.
Very, very nice. But you guys do all smell this aroma. Does everyone partake? Does everyone head down to the kitchen / dining area? Both are in the same room. I didn't hear... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just said yeah.
Okay.
I'm down to go down.
I didn't hear any no's, so everyone can now mark that on your character sheet. Until your next long rest, you have +2 Constitution. You have resistant to necromantic damage. I like that word, necromantic. That's cool. You regain 1 hit point every turn, which is very nice. And you ignore exhaustion, which is very nice. In fact, that combination of skills is actually very particular, and I enjoy that immensely. Thank you, Joey. I like that.
Yeah, bro, I don't know where the hell we're at. Like, in character, bro, I don't know where the fuck we just, like... So I'm like, I don't know what to prepare for, so here it is.
Yeah.
The weirdness that I think might come from this place. Here we
No,
go.
that's very good. That's literally a dish that says, I don't know what we're dealing with, but we're gonna be prepared for it. You know, we'll figure it out later. Because this is going to definitely help you guys in the future. So yes, if anyone adds that con, you'll notice your hit points go up. You know, you take half damage from necrotic damage. Every turn you regain a hit point, even if you're unconscious. So you will come up at the start of your turn, and you will have your full action economy. This is very, very good. And you ignore exhaustion. So that does not pertain to your Devil Fruit ultimate abilities. That is not exhaustion. You become paralyzed and prone, 2 completely different things. I guess 3 in that case. But yes, very, very good dish, and I'm very, very proud of you because you found a combination that fits very well for going into the unknown. Very good. You guys finish this meal. It, like any other meal, is the best thing you've ever fucking eaten. In fact, you can't imagine a world that you could live in without tasting Helion's food. Thanks to the all blue salt, this effect lasts all day until a long rest, so even if you guys don't sleep for 4 fucking days, that's up to you. Since you're immune to exhaustion, you can do that. Congratulations. With that said, it is now open floor. You guys are all patting your stomachs. You're picking your teeth. You're in the lower decks in the dining room / kitchen, finishing your meal. What do you guys do? I'd say you're probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon if I were to give you any time of time scale.
Just gonna go up to the deck and just stare off into our destination.
Okay. I'll get back to you in a moment on that one. Anyone else? Put that in my
We're just gonna
notes.
go back to meditation.
Okay, I'll put that in my notes.
I'm gonna tap my ring 3 times and see if he comes out. Just shake him loose.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard are you tapping the ring?
Some good thuds.
Some
Like
good
2 fingers.
thuds. Okay. Let me finish these notes off and I'll get back to you. So Marco, I would assume you did not touch the meditation circle that you established for you and Marco. You're just going back to it. Like you left it
Pretty
there,
much.
you're coming back. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I left everything set up the way we left it. I just wanted to grab something in between and
Okay.
return to my meditation.
Okay. With that said, you're tapping on the ring. This is gonna make no fucking sense when I open this file in like 2 weeks. We'll go with Pharaoh's first, since Helion just finished cooking lunch, I suppose. Yeah, that's definitely not a breakfast meal. So he's doing a little bit
called
of
it breakfast because we were waking
perfect.
from or I guess we were like resting.
Yeah,
A short rest.
I don't think you guys ate when you guys woke up, so that works out. Perfect. So you're doing a little bit of cleanup. This isn't gonna take you long. You have your clone and you have Hera to help you out, so no big deal. So with that said, we'll go to Pharaoh's first. Pharaoh, you're sitting there patting your belly. What are you doing after that? You're feeling really full. You're feeling really invigorated with constitution.
I want to keep appraising the cape that I got from Shepard from the corpse of Surin the first time.
Okay, you're gonna have to help me out with that one. It has been a while. It's been a while
I
since
think it's been like
Yeah.
3. It's been about 3 sessions since it was given.
Okay.
I think.
So remind me how this came to your possession and who from. 'Cause I'll be honest,
We
I
had
have no
just
idea what you're
landed.
talking about.
We had just landed on Malachor,
Uh-huh.
and then we were like, "Hey, do we need to do anything before we disembark?" And I was like, "Can I try and like see if I could get the cape back for Surin
got
or
you.
something?"
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Okay. Give me 1 second. Sorry, if you guys
And
knew
then
how many files I'm looking through right now, just to find that, you wouldn't understand why I completely forgot that you have this in your possession.
You're all good.
Crimson Fangs.
I don't think it was ever like added to the sheet either, so I'm just like, I remember it being a thing, but it wasn't a thing.
This
Deal.
will help you guys for future as players until you identify the item. I will not add it to your sheet. So this isn't a jab against you or anything. It's just to help people. So if there's ever an item that you know you have but you don't know what it does, it will not be in your D&D Beyond. As soon as you identify it, whoever owns it, it will show up in their D&D Beyond. So for future, not saying you didn't, because obviously you brought it up, so you knew to make note of that, at least a mental note. Excuse me, at least a mental note. It is on you guys to make a note of the items you have, and then once they're identified, I'm like, okay, that's when I can, produce the actual stat block and shit and add it to your character sheet. Again, that's not a gripe on you, it's just a good time to bring it up. If that didn't make sense, go ahead.
I was gonna say what I like to do, especially in Shane's campaign, since I've been playing that for so long. What I do is when an item gets brought up and someone picks it up, I put a random custom in my inventory and I just write the description of what I found. And then whenever it gets like appraised, like you said, Shane just gives it to me and I take that filler slot out of my inventory entirely.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's where I'm getting it from.
So it just helps me remember, because my memory is shit.
Yeah.
But
oh, and both ways. I'm dealing with a bunch of players, so what Joey just said, please do that. It helps me, it helps you. There's actually a couple items that I've neglected to bring up because it kind of fell through the cracks, but as far as what you guys purchase, I make sure you at least get it. But yes, thank you very much for that, Joey. That will help everyone here. It'll help me help you.
Yes. That's smart. Thank you.
That's very smart. And I think that's how I did it anyways in Shane's campaign. So, kudos for being on the same page. I'm looking. Okay, so when you said appraised, did you mean identify? Because appraised is like estimating value, so.
Oh. Yeah, identify.
Yeah, no worries.
That'd be cool.
I mean, I don't even know if that's true. So, we're gonna go ahead and fuck. I'm neglected to say Arcana check because it's a fucking devil fruit item, but it's still a magical item that's
Can I
synthesized.
have Sarin come down and help me too?
Oh, yeah, of course you could just do that. Yeah. She retains her memories, but not her personality.
Sick. That makes it easier, I think.
Yep. Because we would all
Sarin!
be dead if she had her personality. So.
you say it was a devil fruit?
It's a devil fruit synthesized item. So that was me talking out
You can always
loud.
do like history, too.
That's true.
Not that
It depends on people's origin.
if you've like
of
seen
course.
it before.
Yeah,
or not,
exactly.
too.
Yeah. But thank you for that. That does help, especially for you in particular. I will keep that in mind. Yeah, honestly, this is one of those situations where you could actually ask the previous owner what the fuck is this item, and they can just tell you. So they did the work for you. She does walk down and she does describe the item. Let me go ahead and... Was that on the sheet that I gave you? Or did I take that out?
On her specific sheet, it's still there.
It's still there?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just read that out loud for the whole class, because I'm assuming that anyone on the deck of the ship, or at least on the ship in general, let's be honest, it's not like you're a quarter of a mile away from each other and there's a bunch of trees in the way. If someone's talking on the deck of the ship, you can stop what you're doing and listening to what they say. So, for those who care, I would say that they hear this, because she's not really trying to be quiet. This is a devil fruit synthesized item by the Empire. The Empire has traveled to the same universe that One Piece is in. I'm telling you this as a player, not as a character. It's not what she says as a character, obviously. But it does give you the following abilities. This is a cloak that is visible until you put it on, which is kind of crazy. As soon as you put it on, it disappears. Doesn't turn you invisible or anything. It's just not there. So it's kind of like an invisible cloak. But it does grant you the following abilities. Excuse me. 1, meld into body at will. So, the wielder can phase into the body of a creature within 5 feet. While melded, they are completely undetectable. Now, of course, you've discovered that there are caveats to this, due to other devil fruit powers overpowering it, and I think a spell, not sure. It's been a while since I DM'd. The user cannot take actions or reactions or bonus actions, so no actions whatsoever, while inside the body. However, if you use your move action, you can exit the body and enter another. That's what she said. Serene can't, I'm reading from a thing. As part of a movement, appearing in an unoccupied space within 5 feet, that's when you exit a body and enter another. And you can do that from anyone within your movement range. So if you exit a body and that took some movement, which is 5, but another target is 25 feet away, your movement is 30, I will allow that. You don't need an extra 5 movement to move into their body. So that's the only reason why that difference is there. But that is essentially what it is. It is a cloak that lets you enter the body of another being. You can't take any actions. You essentially can't do anything except for leave the body. But while you're in there, you're undetectable and uninteractable. And she says all of this to you, but in a way that makes sense, because I'm describing this to you as a DM.
Okay. No wonder you were so annoying. Bleh.
Yes, I do have to admit, you are the first crew or team or person to ever threaten me while I'm using this ability. I stole this from the Empire while I was prisoner, and on my escape I snagged it. But yeah, this should serve you well. Much better than it served me. As she gestures it while it's in your hands after you asked her to describe what it does. You get a sense on her face that she understands that she was alive and now dead, and hopefully this will not be your fate. And it can serve you better. Gives you a sense of personality still there. But that's about it. Not gonna lie, I really wish this NPC was still alive. Alrighty. I'm gonna double check my notes. We're gonna go ahead and move it on, if you don't mind, unless there's anything else you'd like to say to Serene.
No, I don't have anything to ask her right now.
Okay. This Marco. Alright, Helion. You and Hera and your clone just finished wrapping up the cleanup. You were able to start eating your meal a little bit faster than everyone, so this cleanup isn't going to take you much longer than the time frame allows. So you just finished cleanup. What are you, your clone, and Hera doing?
My clone and Hera. Shit. We're just gonna pretend that's my clone for right now. My clone and Hera are gonna go up to the crow's nest.
Okay.
And kick it. I am.
Oh, press N if it's fucking with your screen. I think they changed it to default.
Oh, I just wanted to.
And
There's only like one hole in and out of like the lower deck. And so I gotta like position my character a weird way so I can get him up to the top deck without like having him like smudged in the middle of like the ship.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta like shift click him and then move the green slider up and then yeah, it's fucking
And then move
annoying.
him again, yeah. But yeah, I will move up to the deck as well, but I'm just gonna like casually just chill on the deck.
Okay. Kind of taking it all in.
Yeah, just got done eating. A little full, just looking around, checking out the planet.
Okay.
Now that we got a minute to kind of breathe.
Okay. I'm gonna add that to my notes and we'll come back to you and Marcus in a second. Marco. The Wanderer's doing that. And then you just talk to Sir. Okay, so you're good. Alright, we're gonna bring it back to the top to Marcus. Nope. To Marco. Marco, you're sitting in your ring of meditation. You notice for some reason you didn't slip into meditation as fast as you did before. Not sure if this is because Marco isn't here before or if you just got lucky last time. However, after probably about a minute and a half, you do fall into meditation. What exactly are you focusing on?
After my last meditation session with Marcus next to me, Marco was just kind of playing it off, but he did actually notice the seething kind of feeling that Marcus was having. And while he was eating, he did sense kind of... I guess he's just going to take precaution because he knows, or he could surmise that he is on a planet with lots of dark history. He's going to meditate about what could possibly have affected Marcus's conscious after he meditated. And since he is a blood hunter and kind of has a better understanding of the darker things in life, he is going to meditate upon these things and see if he could surmise what is actually causing Marcus to be in this mood that he is in currently. So I guess that he's going to be meditating on. Sorry if it was that was like a jumble of words salad.
No, bruh. That's what we're here for, man. I honestly love the words. I love the participation of everyone tonight. This is fantastic. Very, very good. Where exactly did you set up this meditation circle? Because I need to replay everything in my head as far as where people went after that. So the first time you guys meditated, where exactly was this again?
We were right here toward where my character is, but I'm gonna say that since it was both of us, it's probably like right here behind the stairs, where there's a little bit more space. I would imagine two people could just kind of fit back here.
Okay.
With a circle, so I'd say right over here.
Okay. That is a little bit of a sus location to do something with another man. However, even though it's kind of the central point of where people are going and leaving due to the timing of everything, I've been keeping track of that. You guys were pretty much hidden for the most part from other people except for the deck of the ship. Now when you guys were done meditating and you guys come to the deck of the ship, since you're reflecting on past experience, Marcus, can you please roll a persuasion or deception roll? You don't have to tell me which one. And Marco, can you please roll an insight roll? This isn't to determine the outcome, this is to help you determine the outcome. So
Is it persuasion or deception?
Yes, your choice, don't tell me which one.
Alright,
And then for context, he's trying to get an idea of what's pissing you off after the meditation, or setting you off. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
And dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
That is an 11.
An 11. Dirty 20 and 11. Okay, I will keep that into consideration. So you're sitting there meditating. Can you roll Marco, can you please roll a wisdom saving throw to see if anything else interferes with the answers that you're seeking? Fuck.
That is 27.
Okay.
Dirty 20. 27.
I really hate doing this because it kind of feels shitty to do to the other players, but the three of us will be right back. I am so sorry. Alright. So you're meditating, Marco. Marcus, you're kind of just chilling up there. We will get to you in a second. This was during you pondering off, right? And this is kind of you reflecting on the information that you just received, I would assume, correct? Okay. Marco, you keep getting visions of the universe, of individuals, of you zooming in and out of the individuals and the universe. These connections between all living things and all non-living things is already well integrated into your mind. So you do see webs, if you will, connecting everything. You see trillions, millions of webs connecting everything. But you do narrow down into Marcus. And Marcus is looking off into the distance, and what you see is a bunch of webs. But then as soon as that thought comes to your mind, it's interjected with the dark side of the Force infatuation that this planet has, that it's imposing on you. You see slaughters happening, you see pain happening, you see loss happening. In a metaphorical sense, not a physical sense, more of like a fourth dimensional sense. Marcus, we'll get to what you see when you're off, looking off into the deep depths of space, because there really is no sun out right now, even though the planet has plenty of, we'll call it light pollution, if you will. You know, it's lit up enough for you to see within reason. We'll get to that when we come back to you, but I want to drop you into this because he is kind of intruding on your thoughts. Long story short, Marco, all you got from those visions is that you know what the Force is, and Marcus is looking at it for the first time, and that's about it. Now I'll move you guys back up. So unfortunately, these two are dead. So whatever the rest of you guys do.
I have been expelled.
I'm just kidding. We are gonna bring it back to. We'll bring it back to Marcus and Helion in a minute, but Valandra. We'll start with Valandra, then go to Pharos. Valandra, what are you doing after this meal? I'm sorry if we've already covered that.
I'm using 2 fingers to set on the ring 3 times to find out if they'll come out.
Oh, that's right. You did bang on or tap on it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then please forgive me. I did not write this down. On a scale of 1 to 10, how many times did you tap on it? Or
3.
How much force? My apologies.
Oh, I don't know, a good amount. Nothing that'll like break it or hurt it or anything, or hurt me when it like pushes into my skin, but I knock on it pretty well.
Pretty well. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be pretty familiar since I'm a jewel thief and how not to hurt it.
Okay. Well, you don't damage the ring in any way. Really, you're kind of just tapping on your hand and all of that. It's a well-made ring, so you don't have to worry about things coming loose. He did not respond to that. So far, nothing is coming out of the ring.
That's fine. It's still a pretty ring. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, it was probably the prettiest ring you've ever seen.
Yeah,
I know the first time I saw that gem, I was like, that's the prettiest thing I've ever seen. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Gorgeous.
yeah, that was crazy. I was like, okay, that's the only fucking gem I would ever spend that much money on. That's insane. That's cool. All right, very, very dope. Double check my shit here. So Helion and Marco are looking off the back of the ship. Marcos was meditating. You did your thing. Pharos. My apologies if you did tell me you were doing something during this time, but what are you doing right now?
Other than getting the cloak.
Yes, you got information from the cloak, yeah.
I was just gonna pass it back to her. I was like, I need you to wear this for now.
I mean, do you want me to use it on your crewmates, or do you want me to use it on your enemies? I'm not sure what you want me to do with this, because you attacked me last time I used it. Again, she is speaking from memory and not personality, so...
Not personality. Both when the occasion calls for it.
When the occasion calls for it. For now, I will not use it then.
You can, yeah, you don't need to, but if you need to meld into somebody to, like, get away, or to espionage onto somebody else, not bad, not bad.
Okay, use it to keep myself safe, or use it when you tell me to.
As
Yeah.
a bodyguard, correct.
Okay, okay. I will try to keep that in mind.
Other than that, I was just gonna ask if Shepard could, like, use his tail and drop the body on the deck.
Okay, you're gonna have to holler for that, as he does not hear you the first time, and then you holler it. And, yeah, that tail comes right above you guys, as if it's a fucking tsunami wave crashing over a city. That's how large this tail is. Normally, from a brontosaurus, it is not supposed to bend in that way, but this thing is made out of wood and doesn't have an interior bone structure, so it's not really limited in that way. And like you're trying to get something off your hand without touching it, it does fling over and over above the sails until it finally skaploots off onto the back of the second sail and just kind of rolls down very quickly, leaving a stain of visceral gore and blood across down your sails, and then plops down to the deck of the ship.
Clean up aisle everywhere.
Yes. Clean up aisle sail.
Sick. You don't suppose you could get the second one too?
He's a little annoyed, but he does oblige as he reaches over with, instead of his tail, he reaches over with his mouth and neck, goes down, grabs it with his mouth, comes back up with his long ass neck and his head, and drops it onto the deck of the ship. You now have two bloody piles of mess that used to be Sith hounds on the top deck of the ship.
Beautiful. I'm gonna get to cutting.
Alright, you get to cutting. We'll come back to you in a moment. Marcus and Marco. You guys are both taking glances at one another while also staring off into the deep abyss of space. Helion, you are also staring off into the deep depths of space. Helion, I'm going to give you a perception roll. You may use your observation hockey for this one. And then Marcus, let's go ahead and give you a insight check. on the universe.
$17 insight.
Both very high rolls. Helion, excuse me. You look off into the distance. You see that straight ahead of you is a stronghold. You see off to the left, the right, and behind you and everything in between, there were no visible threats, structures, or landmarks, or ecosystem-like habitats of any note other than the structure straight ahead of you. But you notice as you travel with your vision, as if you're seeing the reversed path of the protons that are hitting your eyeball, that as soon as you get over the horizon, you can see not only the top of the structure that you can see off in the distance, but also the bottom of it. And you notice that this structure is actually levitating probably about 1,200 feet up in the air from the actual ground. You cannot see this on the horizon, but your hockey is allowing you to really dive in to those photons. Marcus, while Helion is doing that, you notice that you're looking off into the vast universe. With this insight check, you compare it to your own speculations as to the quote-unquote balance of things. And if everything is connected, why is it not in balance? Now, although you rolled high on your insight, it does not answer your questions, but in fact, it just validates them, that you should be asking that question. And maybe things are not in balance. But that's about it. With that said, we're going to bring it back over to Valandra, I believe. Please remind me what was the last thing you were doing? Sorry.
It's fine. I was just tapping on the ring and it wasn't coming out, so really don't care what it's.
Alright, very good. I think we're all set then. So I'm just going to leave it blank open to the open floor. You guys have the information that you have. If you'd like to try anything else or do anything, now is the time. But also you're looking at a little more than halfway through your day, and you just got your ass kicked by one ghost. So it really is up to you guys what you do, as Fengar is nowhere to be seen. But the floor is open.
Marcus is just gonna walk over and shrink the magic cannon and get ready for what I'm assuming is disembark soon.
Am I done cutting?
Yeah, I would say so. That wouldn't take too much time. Okay. So you want to put the cannon on your keychain? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And then yes, Pharaohs. What are you trying to accomplish with the cutting? I'm assuming it's the same thing as last time, but I just want to check in with you.
Same thing as last time.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, sorry.
So with this, I'm going to alleviate some work on my end while I check on some chats, but please describe to me how you would like to Okay, you know what I mean by say this, but defile this corpse and arrange the
Defile.
bones how you see fit before you cast this spell. I'm going to give you complete creative freedom for what these things look like, and the same thing will apply. As long as you do a good job describing what they look like, you can make a couple bodies out of one corpse. Now, I just want to make sure that you understand that these spells might have limitations such as concentration or limit and stuff like that. It's up to you to double check that. Double check them later, but if you would like to summon some stuff, go ahead. I actually don't know if you have anything else summoned. So.
I do not have anything else summoned right now.
You should be fine then. Yeah, I just want to double check.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yep. Honestly, I just wanted to when I res them, or when I necromancy type shit, to bring them up again, I want them to, they're basically like flesh mobs, like the voteless type, like the big one. Like, we're putting pieces together to make them humanoid, like big bones for like femurs and stuff, ribs here and there, enough bones to get a spine, stuff that looks similar to arms if I have to do a little breaking to get fingers. I want to be able to make like 2 or 3 bodies per large dog. They don't have to look like accurate to other humanoid species like anyone else
Oh no,
on the
you're
ship right now.
totally fine, man. I'm gonna let it go through. Describe to me exactly what they look like. Yeah. Like you don't have to bend them to where they're like humanoid or whatever. Like, it's fine. They're gonna have the same stats, but yeah.
They're like,
Sorry if that's what you were doing and I just cut you off.
no, you're good. Yeah, I was kind of working on it. They're they're bipedal, 2-armed, blobs of flesh and bone that are like conjoined in a way that they can walk properly and like at least hold or carry items and swing if need be.
Kind of like a functional mess of...
Yeah, a functional mess.
I see. So just very unconventional, like, articulation.
Like,
Okay.
if somebody got flayed and it looked really fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can work with that. Okay, so you do summon these 2 blobs. Now, these 2 blobs will either have like legs and limbs depending on what they're doing, but we'll say that they use the same bones to accomplish both. So like they can move and then hit, and then they can hit and then move. So it's not going to impede you mechanically. But you do notice that whenever these things try to form something that could grasp something or strike something, it is completely unconventional. And you see these types of different forms after these creatures are created, where like the legs are just, they're made out of bones that are just not supposed to be there. Like, it's half of a pelvis, it's half of a rib cage, and then half of like a jaw. But then when you see it come out of the other end, those bones are in a completely different form, and you look at them, they're like, well, these are broken in a way that could be lethal, right? Because it's still bone. Like, bone can actually damage steel. I don't know if anyone knew that, but wet bone is very, very strong for a particular reason. So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could do what the spell allows you to do with those creatures, yes.
Awesome. I'm not there for a rainy day though, so I was gonna ask Shepard. Oh, how do we put them in amber?
Shepard hears you ask this question. Really, he just heard you say his name and then kind of torqued his head back 180 degrees with his long ass neck. So you could repeat the question, and then you see or you hear that tree on the quarterdeck behind you where Shepard normally is start to shake. You hear the leaves rattling, you hear the branches tweaking, all of that, and then it stops, and then all of a sudden you see a bunch of vines coming out of each of the limbs of the tree, one by one, grasping each point that it could grab off of these masses all at once and suck it into the tree. And then those limbs form a ceiling, if you will, above those creatures, and then another branch comes along and cuts it as fast as it can, and out comes of that ceiling that it created out of the wood, sap that encapsulates the entire being of the creatures that you just assembled. And after a short while, and after, sap takes a long time to move, after it starts to form using his Warden Wood's ability, you see that they're in completely encapsulated like the mosquito in Jurassic Park in amber. It's not petrified though, it's different amber, but same thing, it's fine.
Awesome.
So you have just
Thank you.
stored 2 bodies for later. Shepherd grunts towards you, leans that neck right in front of the oasis again. Just stands there. I believe still open floor. I have short-term memory, so you guys have to help me here. Was I supposed to jump back to someone else? Does anyone have anything pending?
Since I think we might be going on a departure, I would like to get back into my Void Sea suit, and then I'm going to. Would you count this, Chris? If I use Crimson Right on my hand, and then would it transfer over to when I transform?
I cannot allow that. Do that to being a specific class limitation. I know Bloodhunter very well, I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna get into my Void Sea suit and reload my weapons, like my pepper box pistol and my blaster.
Oh, very smart. Yeah. I would say within your storage unit device and all of that, there's a way, it's kind of like setting up batteries into a battery pack. You can kind of distribute energy ammo between clips. So we'll say that you consolidate unfully used cartridges and all of that, Okay. But yeah, everything's refilled. As far as crossbow bolts, I'd say there's no reason why you would have under 100. They're crossbow bolts. They're not very big. You can actually store a lot into a small pouch, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, you can go ahead and reload that for future use. And then, yes, actually that's a good point. Your quick draw pistol. You did use, not your quick draw, your marked pistol? Do you know the name of that one? Sorry.
That is called
Pepper Box of the Marked.
Pepper Barks. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, that one actually requires manual loading, so that is very smart to do that now because I believe you used that twice. So yeah, you're all good. I would say you haven't used any amount of ammo to where you need to start keeping track of shit. I will let you know when you get to a point low enough to where you need to start marking that shit down. That's the easiest way I've figured how to do that as a DM. Like, if you start off with 100 arrows, I'm not going to make you keep track of 100 fucking arrows. But once you get down to 20, in my mind, I'll be like, hey man, you got 20 arrows left, so you better start keeping track of them,
Okay, and then while I'm doing this, I'm also going to check how much, I wouldn't say propellant, but can you say like gasoline? No, gasoline.
For which item? You have a few items, I think.
I'm going to say the flamethrower I have attached to my wrist. I want to check how much napalm I guess I have inside.
You have used only 5% of that.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
It's the future, bro. It doesn't take a whole lot. It's actually a very compressed substance.
It's quite fuel efficient.
Yes.
It's a hybrid.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, I will let you know when that comes to it. As far as a full canister, you can refill that. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. But your overall ammo for that, you've only used 5%. It wasn't that much. You've used it like once or twice. It really was. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna prepare that way.
Yeah. You can tell that as long as you're not using this as a primary weapon, it's gonna be a while before. In fact, the propellant for that might go bad before you use it all, if that gives you any context. Right?
I see.
Yeah. It become less effective at least. So yeah, you're good on that. Very good. You were completely reloaded, ready for battle. Anybody else? It is still open floor with the Oasis waiting your command.
Oh, Marcus is ready to go. He doesn't want to talk.
Okay.
I guess Marco is going to remember that we are on this planet for a specific reason, and he's going to go down to his quarters and grab the map and just overall like that whole kit when it comes to kind of searching for any like treasures and stuff. I forgot. Let me see my inventory. But I think you know what I'm talking about, Chris. I have so much stuff.
Yeah, and I have 6 or 4 times that much stuff, so you're gonna have to let me know at this point.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of answers I could give you right now, so depending on the source.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, that's right. The Force Hunter's cache. Sorry. I was just looking through my stuff.
That one's hard to find. It takes me a couple tries, not gonna lie.
But yeah, I'm gonna take that along with me.
Okay, so you're gonna take the Force Hunter's cache with you. Unfortunately, within that, unless you have any counter arguments, I would say that the only thing that you can get out of that is the orientation. So you know the time and orientation. Actually, go ahead and my apologies. Give me a survival check. Because I don't think you guys bought that watch.
There was a watch?
I don't think it was a watch. I think it was like a compass. I can't remember.
Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. I got a 10.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say that would be a no. But you do know that these tools can provide you guys a orientation of at least what time of day it is. And maybe with further investigation which way north is. But that's all you get out of that, because you roll a natural 1. Really, you could have rolled a 2 and I would have given it to you.
The ship cucked me, bro. It was in my way. You should have moved it.
You should throw it off the side of the map like I do. Okay, so you pull out your traveler's cache and you put it in your possession. Very, very good. What is the rest of the crew doing? You don't know where you are. You don't know how to find out where you are, except for Marco. It is dark and green and red. And Helion knows of a floating structure off into the distance, pretty high up in the air. And Valandra knows that there is a plethora of ethereal beings, aka ghosts, but they are avoiding your ship. They are avoiding sight, but there are still lots. But that's about it.
I'm gonna pass the Force Hunter's cache to Pharaohs and ask him to take a crack at it. If he likes.
What am I being handed right now?
It's just to get a better understanding of where we are currently on the planet. It's meant to let us know where north is and the time of day, but I can only surmise what the time of day is or where north is. But I'm wondering if you'd be able to have a better understanding of this, because I am not familiar with this place or its history.
Sure. I'm down.
Yeah.
Pass it over.
You have a choice of a investigation or history check, because you've been here before.
Nice. Well, I'm using a investigation check plus.
Okay, for future,
I
we
think it's on
usually say it before we roll, but okay.
Oh, my bad.
No,
My
you're
bad.
good. It didn't matter. You're fine.
They're both ones, anyways. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, what would my characters know more about? And I was like, investigation.
I figured it didn't matter either way. I just wanted to clarify.
And then short rest. We're gonna just roll a d10 real quick with Dark One's luck, cause I got that back.
Okay.
21.
21. Yeah, with that, you're able to use these tools. You're able to determine the time of day, considering after a certain amount of time, you stared at the sun and held it, not stared at it, but you know what I mean. But you held a pen and you saw which direction it was going, at least, and that gives you the time of day, or at least a relatable one. Which can give you a sense of direction of north, south, east, and west, which is a universal, or at least you hope, or I guess you've actually spent some time in this galaxy. It's pretty universal, right? If the sun is setting in the east, north is top left, right? From east.
From the east.
Yeah. Or left from the east, you know what I mean? Anyway.
Compass type stuff.
Yeah, compass. So yes, you have a time of day and you have a north. You guys are literally facing north. I'll double check. So, the compass down there is accurate to any relative information that you might find on this planet for future reference. You notice it is about 2 in the afternoon. The reason it is so dark is because the sun is not actually anywhere relative to the sun of any other planet that you've seen. In fact, you're not even sure how the fuck you guys are even alive and why there's even breathable air on this planet. You're not too sure why, because there's no trees, there's no vegetation, there's not much. With
Shepherd.
Yeah. Well, with that said, Serene and Pharaohs has left the area of the bubble, so you guys do know it is breathable. You guys have void sea suits, so it's not like it was.
She's also dead, isn't she?
Sorry?
Isn't she also dead?
Yes.
Not really a good.
Oh, Serene.
Sure.
Yeah. He had a void sea suit, and she. You know what, Mario? We don't know.
She has special lungs.
Yeah, I see. Where are we going with that? But yeah, you have a north and you have a time of day. It's about 2 in the afternoon.
what's the plan, gang?
It'd be nice if we had more intel on what exactly we're running up against or looking for here. I just say we go out. We YOLO. Unless anyone has a
YOLO.
better idea.
With that said, Mario, please roll a wisdom saving throw. Not a check, a saving throw. Be on the left.
Alright. Let me throw that off the map.
There you go, yeah. That way you can't blame it on anything. Except for me telling you to throw it off the side of the map. There you go, see? See, now it's not my fault moving forward.
That's 24.
24 is very good. This will not take long, BRB. Alright, Mario. In your head, after a long pause of silence, all you hear in your head is, "Find me in the southeast."
Like,
That was,
Yeah,
that was so
so
fast.
scary, dude. What the
Quick.
hell?
Quick cherry.
With that said, what do you guys do?
Wow. Hey Ferris, are we did you happen to know, well, you do have the compass working now, would you say, no, how can I word this? You know what, yeah, we should just go to the southeast. I have a feeling that we'll find treasures there.
And what kind of input did you want from me?
Would
Other
you
than
be able
going
to
southeast?
Can you just point us in that direction?
I
Please?
point him in the southeast.
Oh, you're too kind. I suggest we go that way.
Let's
If
do
you
it.
guys don't mind. Of course.
I mean, that is why I am currently your guide. A little bit of profit off of this would be nice.
Oh, well then you take point.
Shepherd, can you get this this brontosaurus moving that way?
Shepard is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, shoot.
Or,
So we shall
sorry,
walk
wait,
then.
what was the question you just asked? Because I just used the
Okay.
wrong name. Verbatim, what did you just ask?
Can we get the brachiosaurus walking? And I pointed
Oh,
to the
okay, I guess
southeast.
that works. I switched their fucking names too by accident. Okay.
I thought I got their names mixed up. I said the right one, right?
Well, you asked Shepard to move the Brontosaurus. They're the same being. So I got
okay.
confused because I'm an idiot.
My bad.
That was nope. It's not your fault. I should have caught that. I'm stupid. Yeah, if that's what you asked for verbatim, he's gonna look behind you and go, and then he's going to start marching towards the end of the ravine here, because climbing over those mountains is not a good idea.
I don't see the narwhal on my map anymore. Crap.
It should be me at the top, unless you don't see that, like the first character in the top left, unless that's just on my
Yeah.
screen.
It's not there for me either.
Okay, so that's just there. I'll put a big old sphere around him, just so you know where he's
I was
at.
gonna say, I assumed he was in the spot where we had him last, which I think we had him like right here last time I saw him.
Oh, you like just straight up don't see him. Oh, because
He's like
there's...
just straight up not
Yeah,
here.
gone.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I thought he was like back over here somewhere still.
No, it's because none of you guys are near it. So since he put the Eldritch Cannon in his pocket, I'm actually going to move the Eldritch Cannon over to the narwhal so you can see where it's at. Can you guys now see where it's at?
Oh yeah.
There we go. Okay, well, at least I figured it out. Because that would have been annoying to figure out if I didn't know that. So he does move to the end there. He looks around. He notices, as you all notice, that there is lava beds, soft rock, rocky terrain, ways he could fall over and kill all of you due to his mighty weight, ways he could fall into a pit of lava, ways he could simply just fall and crack his neck and die. He looks over to you guys and shakes his very, very long neck and then lays down and puts his neck right behind his head and his head up on this ledge right here. What do you guys do?
I'm disembarking. No more head. I'm jumping off.
Seriously, guys, are we not doing phrasing? Like,
Yeah, Kip and I will follow behind them.
That was a good salad. That was nice.
That
I'm
was...
glad y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah, dude, it smelled very tungsteny, very metal.
Some say is I farmed a table that shit way.
Oh no!
Grassroots.
What's that fucking
I've never
meme?
felt more steeled.
Yeah, what's that meme? Cowboy Ranch or something? Anyway,
Oh no.
I think my brain has repressed it because I literally can't remember it, but like I can remember the cadence and the voice, but the words are repressed.
The Cowboys of Ram Ranch.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh yeah.
God damn it.
The 18
Naked
Cowboys.
cow.
I got that on my toilet bowl.
So yeah, I'll give everyone a minute to take assess of the situation and decide if you would like to also disembark, if you would like to disembark a clone, disembark others and not some, anything, because I know you guys have companions and gear that you may or may not want to bring with you. So now is the time to decide that. We'll give you a couple minutes while I roll a cigarette to figure everything out. Yeah,
Marco.
I knew someone was gonna giggle. I didn't expect it to be you though. Now I'm nervous.
Oh, mine was
Oh my
unreal.
god. Why?
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah. Sometimes
I don't wanna
people
look
come
at
out
it.
with gifts where I'm just like, why would you do that to other people? Like, come on,
Honest.
Chris.
my man. Oh god, how do I delete someone else's? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna scroll up until there's enough gifts for me to scroll down.
is that the salad?
No, it's one of those. It's either AI or a sadistic fuck with Blender. You know what I mean?
Ah,
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you can do that in Blender. Why would you? Like Rainey
It's fun.
said, why? Just why?
Yeah,
oh,
that makes sense.
It's like watching an animal who can lick the inside of their nose lick the inside of their nose. It's like, why do I want to watch that? I hate that. It's fucking disgusting.
well, now that's art.
Oh yeah,
That was
okay,
really
that's
good.
fair. That's valid. Good job, Andrew. Took me a second. I didn't think anything of it, and I watched it. I was like, okay, fair.
And even the bandana on her head is just like it's animated. That's
No,
great.
yeah, they did a good job. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's skill. Like editing is hard.
Who is that? Huh?
To me, don't worry about
Okay.
it.
I love you. I'm glad everyone else got it.
All right. So we're gonna take this in a structured
Excellent.
way.
Why, Ricardo? Why? It's for America.
For America. Marco and Pharaohs. Are there any prep items or people you would like to take or leave behind? Please be very specific about this. We're going to start with you two. And then Valandra, you're on deck for this.
I am just confirming with Marco that we're heading to.
I would like to ask Shepard if he could take a different form that might be less heavy and less cumbersome for him to navigate this terrain and join us on our little
So you
voyage.
have just discovered a limitation of this ability. He looks at you, he nods his head up and down, and then rests his head and closes his eyes. You do with that information with what you will. But nothing
Sleeping
happens.
giants.
But yes, you have found potential to find the limitation of this ability. As you see him answer your question with a nod up and down and fall asleep.
Valandra, you still have that ring on you, right?
Which one?
The very beautiful one that Vanguard left behind on a branch.
Yes, of course I do.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
I mean, he won't come out, but I have it.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as you have that on you, I think. Yeah, we should be alright, Maso Menos, you know what I'm saying? Damn. Alright, I think I'm pretty much ready. I got my red sea suit on.
My brain just wants to confirm that this is the treasure-ish area and not the temple, correct?
Roll history check for me.
Copy.
With advantage. Because you know the area, but there's a chance that you might not recognize the area that you're currently in.
12, 13.
13?
13.
Okay. With a 13, you can tell where you're not. Now give me a second. I'm
Oh,
actually
I was scared I was gonna get dragged to the chair.
No. I'm just happy I get to open this file. So if you heard any cadence, that's why. Because I finally found a way to present content to you guys without it being railroady. But also railroading the fuck out of you guys without you knowing. So I'm actually really excited. That's why this session might be a little bit different than previous ones. Because I'm getting in my groove, guys. Let's see. If I could remember where the fuck my files are. That's the only fucking thing. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull you in. I'm sorry.
God.
Yep.
Detention!
Yeah, there's too much info here. Sorry. BRB. Okay, welcome to detention. Have you been here today?
Hi. No.
Very, very good. Alright, give me a couple minutes.
Oh shit, minutes.
Moments. Sorry, wrong word.
No, I'm messing with you. You're good. I'm having fun.
I hope you're having fun, by the way. I put extra effort into this session because it's extended. Let's see. You know that you are nowhere near... I opened the wrong file. God fucking damn it. I was like, why is this not answering the question?
SCP.
So you were there, but you were not. Oh wow, that jumped from 2 to 5 real fucking quick. Know that you were not. You know that you're not at the Obsidian Spires. Okay. That is a place that you know is black obsidian, imbued with like a green energy from the after effect of the Great Fissure, right? The Great Fissure was caused by a great battle in ancient times. That's all you know from that 12. So you know you're not there. You know you're not at the Trias depths because that is a layer below the surface that you are walking on of the planet. Has sublayers, just like Nar Shaddaa. And you're not up the Obsidian Fields, right? I think I already said that.
I thought you said Obsidian Spires. There's 2 Obsidian. Copy.
Yes. Let me double check on that one. So I made sure this was all... Okay, so this is Obsidian Spires / Chasms of Eshkar Nir. Now, this is at the end of the previous place that I just said. So what was that? The Obsidian Fields. This is at the end. The end, you know you are not at the far end. You know that you are closer to the actual end than the beginning. Does that make any sense? Those are 2 different regions, but think of it like a power sign. Like a straight line is one region, and then a giant circle at the end of that line is another region. So that giant circle is the Spires, the other region is the Obsidian Fields. So you know, based off this information, this is what I've been leading up to the whole time. Out of all the places to be, this is the safest. Because you know you're not in the most dangerous. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
That makes sense to me.
Okay. I just want to give you a little bit of context. Not too much, because you've only flown past this shit and you've interacted with a very specific place on this planet.
You're good. It makes sense with a 13 anyway. I was like, oh, that's a little bit low.
Yeah, well, it was, 13, 12, 14 would have been the same results. So, yeah, good call. Okay, we'll see you up there. Alright. Sorry I keep doing that, guys. It is important, though. With that said, Pharos and Marco, what are you guys doing?
Serene, hop in.
You say hop in as in, like, hop off the ship? Because there's not really a hop in.
She's going to go into my body.
Oh! Very cool. I didn't even think about that. What the fuck? That's so cool. Okay. Now I'm not mad at you guys killing her anymore. This is fucking sick. Alright. So she doesn't need to reattune to that item. Quote unquote attune. It doesn't take up an attunement slot. I'm not a dick like that. And she merges into your body. Very cool. I actually... Wow. Okay. So this is what I wanted the whole time. I wanted her to be on your adventures with the knowledge she had, and here we go. So this is fucking fantastic. Thank you, Pharos. Marco, what are you doing?
I'm ready to go.
You're just ready to go, huh?
Pretty much.
Okay. Are you in your Void Sea suit? Are you leaving it behind? Are you putting it in your bag? Either way, it doesn't matter. Just curious.
It's in my bag next to the book.
Okay, good to know. I like how I said it didn't matter, but any experienced player would know I was fucking lying. Alright. With that said, we'll bring it to Volandra. Is there any sort of prep or anything like that that you would like to do before
Yeah,
coming
can
in?
I pop?
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. Can I pop into Ghost
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
and pop off the ship? And then, can I ask where we're going?
You ask where you're going.
Yeah, it's like open floor. I know why we're going this way and where.
So this is the safer part of this planet, to be perfectly honest. But there's still threats in front of us. We may encounter spirits. We might be clear of dogs. There may be some Sith here. But overall, it's this is like nearing the edge of like a battlefield. So if Marco wants to loot and possibly gaining knowledge, this is a good place to start.
Good shit, Pharaohs. That was a very good summarization of the info that you currently have. I like how I sound like a kindergarten teacher when I say shit like that, but no, like genuinely good shit there.
Can I have a cookie?
Yeah. You get a sunshine sticker. No, good shit though.
So we're going on a treasure hunt.
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
Marco, do you have anything to say about that?
Now that you have this knowledge, Pharaohs, I will ask you, do you think that the juice is worth the squeeze where we are currently?
Can I use
With
that? Can I use that term?
What are you talking about?
Is the juice worth the squeeze? I've never fucking heard that in my goddamn life. And I've heard some shit that no one else here has heard, I can guarantee you.
Forever, bro.
Really?
Right?
Yeah, I heard that back in the 80s.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe I've just been surrounded by people that say the uncommon ones. I don't know.
You're used to. Oh my God, that's so swiggity of you.
No, you don't want to know what I'm used to.
So swiggity. I'm gonna take that, dude. That's
No, you don't want it. I'm used to. Anyway, like fucking grandpa jokes. Okay, with Anyway,
But
not appropriate for
we
YouTube
may.
jokes.
YouTube jokes are good though. There's some pretty good juice here if we can find it, but we'll have to go deeper to get better.
Based off the
I
legends
honestly-
that you've heard, I'm sorry to cut you off. I do want to make this prevalent to everyone, so you can go and let them know after I'm done cutting you off. Based off of what you heard of this planet, what you just said is absolutely correct. There's a lot of juice here. Sorry, I cut you off. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
But that's about it.
It's just if we go deeper, it's probably gonna be very bad and dangerous. Based off of that one first ghost, we're not ready.
See, but that's what I mean. I'm asking this to even my the rest of my crew. Is this even worth risking our lives after we've dealt with these force ghosts? Like, the only people who could hurt them was me and Pharaohs and Valandra when she used her powers to control other specters. Would this even be worth it at this point? I don't know if we should find a way to get stronger out in this universe that we're currently in, but I just want to get everybody's input, if you guys didn't mind, because after that fight, I'm not too sure whether or not we should keep on pursuing whatever we're pursuing. I know we said that we're looking for a treasure hunt, or not for a treasure hunt, but we are looking for treasure, and for certain items perhaps we can make more money, but is it really worth it right now where we are currently with our strengths? I do not know.
At the end of your sentence, something rushes your mind, Marco. You do remember that this planet was mentioned quite a lot by Warb. That's all I'll say.
I think all of those are valid, logical points that I was thinking too. And I think we should get stronger.
I too have that thought.
I'm here to guide. So if you guys do not want to be here, then we can just hop back up in space. But from what I know, that ghost was he's not your standard. At least out here.
As a player, your character would know those speculations. Yeah, you can confirm that a little more if you wanted. But if not, no worries. You spent some time here, you never see anything like that, is all I'm saying.
I was just going off of previous rolls. I didn't want to overstep, so I kind of stopped it right there.
No, you didn't. You didn't come anywhere close to overstepping. That was me throwing something at you. So.
But yeah, no, there's a fight ahead for surely, but nothing as crazy as and irritating as that one, as far as I know. But I will do whatever you guys want, because I'm just here for you.
With
I mean, if we're...
Go ahead.
Do we know... I mean, are we here for Marco?
Do you ask that out loud, or are you asking me?
I mean, I guess, do we know in character if we're here for him or not, or if this is like...
You can give me a really low DC history check for that one. Just kind of to help your character a little bit. Might give you more information than they might be able to provide.
Is he really
Yeah,
low?
so you asked that out loud. Does anyone respond?
It's a 9, by the way.
The threshold was 10, sorry.
I
figured. It was close though, Andrew. That's fair. That's fair.
I do know after we were attacked on that moon in hut space, that we were, I guess, sounding off the alarm of our presence. And I know we were looking for a place to lay low for a while. I have an understanding that Pharos has been here before and has familiarity with this place. And like he said, he is a guide for us. So I just wanted to be here because I have somebody in my crew now who has a better understanding of this planet. And I do think it is good for us to lay low instead of being on the radar of the... I guess well, sorry, I'm having like a blank.
Keep going, man.
Of our enemies, I guess. I don't want to be on their radar for long. And I did think that this planet would have some potential for us to get stronger. But now that I've reached this point, after we've been guided here, I don't think it's really worth the squeeze, like I said earlier. It's like, we did fight those specters, and I know we are strong physically, but half of our crew's attacks don't have any effect on them. And I can attack them, I can affect them, but it's very limited. I am not as I'm just not as adept as I could be in the Force. I do feel like I need more practice and more understanding. And I'm willing to share this knowledge with you guys if you guys are wanting to have a better understanding of the Force. But personally, after getting to this point, I don't think I am ready as a person. and I would like more time to get stronger in the Force or just in general, because I feel like I sense a dark energy coming from that place, and I do not think that we have the strength to overcome it at our current state. That's pretty much all I have to say.
With that said, before anyone says anything, please take into consideration what he just said and roll me an investigation check or insight check, your decision. Do not tell me which, just post in the chat your result. Marco, I need you to roll a deception check.
Deception.
Yep.
Does this count for my stowaway too?
No.
Okay, so just one.
Yep. Unless you would like to ask her for her input or tell her to do anything, she is not going to do anything unless you tell her to. So she won't speak up in this case because she doesn't have a personality. But if you asked her for her opinion, that's a different story. That's for future reference. That's a freebie.
Okay, cool.
What were the two that you said we could use?
Investigation or insight. There are two different ways you could decipher everything he just said. And yes, you may involve... I'm so sorry if this is not how investigation or insight work, but Helion, if you have observation hockey and it applies to either one of those, sorry, of course you have it, you may apply it. I don't know if it does, so sorry if it doesn't.
I want to say...
I think insight. Not sure. It would do it automatically, FYI, because all we did was buff your perception stat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a little bit into... Okay, no, we're good. So I was just like looking around to try and see like where it was on that thing, but...
Yeah, that one was a tricky one. Like, there's a lot of things it does and doesn't apply to that isn't just perception, so I just want to double check.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
For show. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, you said you're good with that number? Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, right on. Alright. Boop, boop, and boop. So, Ferris, why do I have two numbers for you?
I asked Serene in her opinion. I was like, I'm not sure if that roll counted the same, but 19 was mine.
Yeah, so
then...
yeah, we can skip that part. Okay, so 19, 29. Okay, so this is something that we've never done, which is exclude someone from a conversation with everyone in the party. Marco has another chat. So what you got from that conversation is I made him roll a deception roll because I knew he was lying. He knows that you guys are fully capable of accomplishing whatever goals he might have in mind. He has a lot of goals. You can tell this by the fact that he's contemplated for so long for everything and why he's a little bit hesitant to ask you guys come aboard. But with that inception roll, inception, Jesus Christ, insight roll, and perception roll, you can tell there's a little bit of dishonesty whenever it comes to him saying, I don't think we can do this. I don't know if we can do this. However, those of you who rolled high enough, which would be Pharaoh's healing, everyone except for Valandra. So Valandra, you don't know this next bit of information, but you have a mental link. I'm sure someone will share it with you. He feels hesitant to ask you guys along due to the risks, even though he thinks everything will be okay. He has a guide. You're putting all this information together, whether it's an insight or perception roll. All this information does pertain to your result. You have a guide, and you can tell he has a sense of direction, especially Pharos, because Pharos, you're the one that he said he had a heading to. So everyone here can tell he has a goal in mind, wants to accomplish it. He has multiple goals in mind, wants to accomplish them, but he doesn't want to ask you guys along for your own safety, even though he believes in all of you. But that's about it. I'm going to pull him back up. With that said, what do you guys do?
Hey man, I'm just here to explore. Tell me where we're going. What the hell, bro? I say that as I look over at Marco.
Oh, for sure. All right, let's go.
Anybody else have any input? Or are you guys all looking at each other nodding and then Helion says that?
Well, while I agree with the idea of leaving, I will say that it's ridiculous to me that you think you're not ready. You're a proven warrior, and I see you as my equal, and you have an even greater team behind you. If you can honestly say that you don't think we're ready to take on these challenges, then I believe you.
Marco, please roll a persuasion check Marcus, please roll a persuasion check, and Marco, please roll an insight check.
Oh,
I am
Marco.
persuaded.
Marco, you can tell that Marcus is a seasoned warrior, and you take nothing out of what he just said except for the highest of compliments that you could ever receive from any officer, from any leader, from any role model. Because you did spend some time on an Imperial ship and you did not respect any of your superiors. And finally, you see recognition from someone who has more experience in a field than you do, which you've not come across because no one can clean like you can. But you finally mount someone that can fight as well, if not better than you can. And you really take this compliment seriously. That's about it.
Oh. Alright, Marco shrugs and starts walking.
Well, that was easy. You're kind of like me. You just fucking fold like IRL.
I mean, he
fold.
rolled a 1.
I know, but
And he did compliment me, so I was like,
okay. I respect it. Everyone sees Marco tread off as if he understands the few words that were said, but is still feeling the same feelings I just described to you without him here, and kind of has a hard time believing that you guys believe what you're saying, but still walks forward, invigorated with confidence. What do you guys do?
Which forward are we talking? Like forward to the ship?
Southeast.
Or
Yeah.
forward- Okay.
Let me double check Marco's position. He's it looked like he was heading to southeast. That is what you said, right? You started walking.
Sky?
I'm sorry.
yeah, southeast.
What'd you say, Helion? I cut you off. Latency.
We're heading into the sky? The Sky
That way.
Island, right? Is that what we're doing?
No, you had seen a floating structure off to the north. That's what the north was. But what?
Oh, we're going somewhere else then. I see,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. What Marco had suggested is heading southeast.
I'll take that as a yes from everyone else then.
I'm so sorry I missed it. We're going onward.
Yep.
Yeah.
Onward.
Okay, follow me. Where the frick did this bridge go? Watch your step.
Okay. You guys are heading north towards the stronghold. Oh, keep on going. Good.
Oh, so I could just like.
Go ahead and just move your guys' movement at a time. If I need one of you to stop, I will grab you. So as soon as you see your character move against your will, stop grabbing it. You guys are traveling through this area. You see caverns, you see magma pools. You guys are doing a pretty good job of avoiding most of them thanks to Helion's observation hockey. He can sense danger passively, so it's no big deal. Alright, you get to that point. You start to realize heading north isn't doing you much good, Marco, as you hear in your head. Not that way.
I say this a lot. I say not that way. And I turn to the southeast, and Marco's gonna tap Barros on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, I'm kind of getting like a feeling that it's not good to go that way. I think we should try going southeast a little bit." Chris, where I'm at this point on the map, does Marco see like anything here? That area?
Repeat those last words. So sorry.
Where Marco currently is, does he see anything on this area? Or sorry, right here.
No,
Or is it
not much.
obstructed?
But give me a perception roll.
Oh, okay.
In fact, Helion also, what is your passive perception? You could DM it if you don't want players to know. I'm literally that lazy, I just don't want to look it up, sorry. You probably have it in front of you.
Oh, you're good. No worries.
Alright. Second. Move the fucking chat. Holy, are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
What the fuck did I do to you? Okay.
You gave me a +10.
I did. That
But
is.
I already had more pluses into
Yeah,
that. So it is
yeah,
what it is.
yeah. I remember looking into it. I was like, okay, there's no way what I gave him is that bad. And then I looked at what you gave yourself, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, bro,
math,
that's how I made the character. This is exactly the character I wanted to
Yeah.
play, bro.
dude. The
You're setting me
math.
up for success, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. The math do be mathin', you know. Okay. With that said, you can tell that both of you, this is the best turning point for going the direction that you guys wanted to go due to Marco's influence. So Marco wanted to head southeast. This is actually the best time to do that, because where your ship landed, you're surrounded by mountains. The Oasis couldn't travel that way to begin with. And in between where you landed and where you currently are, there was a giant cavern, which you can only assume, not a cavern, but like a, just a rock formation, we'll call it. Like, you know, a bunch of broken rocks, we'll say dune style, you know. Which you can only assume is filled with Sith hounds, because that's where they came from. They emerged from those rocks. So you can tell to loop around that mountain of Sith hounds is probably the best route to go the direction that you would like to go. So this might help you guys with traversing. That's all. But back to you guys.
I see. Well. Okay. I guess we are going southeast if you guys didn't mind. I didn't really see anything, but hey, I kind of have a feeling something from the Force kind of influenced me, and I feel like that's our best route.
My bad, I saw something shiny on that rock. I took a
Believe
detour.
me, I don't blame you. I'm kind of like, dude, the fire is fucking mesmerizing. I don't know.
You guys are all good. I figured that was the best way to pivot you without pivoting you. Alright. You guys journey on for a little bit further and a little bit further, and I'm gonna double check some documentation on this region. So please give me a few moments. This is a good time to collect your thoughts and reflect on why you're here and what you might have to face. Okay. So, this next area, I do not have currently prepared for you in Tailspire, for obvious reasons, because Tailspire requires a lot of work. However, you guys are venturing forth. I need Pharaohs to make a history check.
Goody, goody, goody. Wee. God. Nuts. 6. 7.
7. Yeah.
7.
You can tell, based off of that roll, and this is the only thing that you can tell, based off of the name alone. You guys have come across what is known as the Void Cradle. You can only assume this is the Void Cradle because it is a giant hole in the earth that has a very selective path to reach the other end due to destroyed rocks and everything. So this is not like a magical formation. This is natural formation that luckily you're able to traverse from one side to the other. But you know it's called the Void Cradle because the spikes around the hole in the earth, which is an oval shape, almost look like they're railings of a cradle. That is the only reason you know that this is the place. You know nothing about it except for name. the Void Cradle. Do you guys venture forth?
Yeah, I'll venture forth.
I'm gonna call myself a schmuck, and then I'm gonna go forward.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, before I go in here, could I sense anything with the Force?
Roll a wisdom. I'm gonna double check skills. I have not determined what I want this roll to be. Just give me a sec. I gotta log into. Actually, did not have your shit. Open. Not your skills, just skills in general. I can't see it. We'll do a flat wisdom check. So, wisdom at the very top row, where your proficiency and your walking speed is.
Okay.
So, not a saving throw, just a regular flat roll.
Damn, not rolling good. That's a 6.
A 6 is good enough to tell you that not only is this whole planet pulling you to the dark side of the Force, but this place in particular is. At least your current positioning. Whereas the planet is pulling you with one intent, this place is pulling you with another. That's about it. You guys venture forward.
I'm gonna send a little friend forward. I'm gonna summon a shadow spawn.
Okay. You send the shadow spawn forth. The shadow spawn goes pretty far. We'll go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Gets probably about a quarter of a way into the cradle. I'm going to need it to roll our acrobatics or arcana check. Your choice. And if it doesn't have it listed as the skill, you can just add your regular modifier to it.
Okay.
Like whatever that stat block provides for that stat. And you rolled a 1. You immediately see this thing, although it's doing a really good job of avoiding all of the holes that essentially would lead it to a bottomless pit. You notice that it starts to veer to the right a little bit more, and then all of a sudden gets sucked down into the deep, deep abyss of the earth. Sorry, of the planet. You're not on Earth. Your summon is now dead.
Hey guys, there's some deep holes in here.
Roll a perception check.
$16.
16. You notice that whatever pulled your creature wasn't any type of force ability, force ability from an outside source, but you can tell it was force related. But you can tell nothing really grabbed it and nothing really pushed it, but you can tell something pulled it. And you can tell that it wasn't pulled on a fixed location. It was pulled as if it was pulled by gravity. But that's about it. The structures it was walking on was about halfway up from the hole to the surface that you're at, like the hole of the cradle, halfway up. The bottom of the cradle looks visible, but at the same time, there are parts that looks like it seems to go on forever.
Are there any ghosts around the Volandra can ask? Having mic issues.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. You can tell that next to each hole that looks like it goes to nowhere, there's some ghosts just looking down there. Some of them are shaking their heads. Some of them are sitting there as if waiting for something to happen. And some are just completely given up and have gone insane because they can't seem to get out of the cradle.
I'm gonna
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and let everyone know that.
Okay.
Good.
Very good. With that knowledge provided, what does everyone do? Of course, most of this is going to be theater of the mind, but don't worry, I got you guys. Sorry, go ahead.
Does everyone wish to seal go forward?
I do, cautiously, of course.
Watch out for holes that can just suck you down via gravity.
Freaky.
Should we all fly then? And like not touch the ground? Oh, never mind.
Oh, wait, is there something wrong with the ground?
There's certain holes that kind of suck you into the abyss.
I see.
Yes. So, stay vigilant. If you can fly, might be a good idea to stay next to me so you can keep a lookout because I can only see so far.
Guess.
So,
Quick question: do my boots allow me to not have to worry about that, or is that something I still have to worry about?
please remind me what your boots do.
These enchanted boots allow the wearer to glide over sand and snow as if skating on ice. They grant 10% bonus move speed and the ability to move across difficult sandy or snowy terrains without penalty. The wearer also leaves no trace.
I would say no.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then, my apologies. You guys are currently heading into the den of the Sith Hounds. This portion that I'm bringing you to is going to be theater of the mind, so my deepest apologies. But if you guys are venturing forth, there is a direct path on foot that you could take, and there are roles associated with that direct path. I'm gonna go ahead and say that since you guys went ahead and moved forward without knowing that that hole was for the den of the Sith Hounds. This is a part of the map that I have not prepared yet, so my deepest apologies. But if you guys would like to continue to move forward, like already planned, please let me know, and there's just going to be a few associated roles.
Are there any ghosts around here, Chris?
In this particular area, yes, but they're not paying any attention to you. They seem to be either mourning over their own death, trying to climb out of the cradle, or they are kind of just standing there in disappointment at their own death.
Are they willing to talk to me?
If you would like to use your poltergeist ability, you can go ahead and do so. But if you would like to call out to them, you can find out.
Yeah.
You want to call out to them?
Yeah, I'm gonna, we already know that we're in the den, or do we not know that?
Repeat that?
Character. Do our characters know that we're in the den of hellhounds?
Well, so that's why I brought that up, is because I would assume that you guys wouldn't go into the hand of hellhounds. I would assume you guys are trying to venture further into the cradle, which I'm gonna have to move your characters for that. And then bring it back down. So it would literally be southeast from your current location, which is right around that area. I just don't have that prepared. If you guys want to go in the den of the blood of the Sith Hounds, that's entirely up to you. I just feel like that my unpreparedness kind of made that happen, and I didn't want that to be canon.
I was just gonna ask the ghost how to avoid them, that's all.
The Sith Hounds?
The hellhound. Yeah. Or like if they knew what direction or how many there are.
What specifically do you yell out to the 15 or 20 spirits that you see within the cradle? Which is right about there. That's the cradle. That'll help you guys.
I'm gonna tell them that I'm really sorry that they all had to die, but they wouldn't mind answering some questions so that we didn't have to join them. I would really appreciate it. And then I'm gonna...
You yell that into the cradle?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna ask them first if, I guess what is in here or how many there are.
So what do you say specifically? Because they're all in the bottom of a canyon.
I'm gonna ask how many live in the den, and if there's any nearby.
Okay. So you holler out, "Hey, ghosts! Are there any Sith Hounds down here? And how many are in the den?" You notice half of them don't pay attention to you. Another quarter of them pay attention to you and then look down back to what they're doing. Another 10 of them flip you off. And then one of them, which is the closest to you, which requires the least amount of effort to respond to you, saying, "Oh, they don't come in here. They know better." That one is probably about 30 feet away from you, to the right. But that's what you get from that.
I just want to say that was very rude of them, and I was very kind about that.
Yeah.
I apologize that they were dead.
Someone wanted to ask something.
Shit, there.
There we go. Alrighty. Anybody else do anything before venturing forward? And then out of character. Oh, what'd you mean?
Yeah.
He answered your question. But essentially what you got from that, Valandra, is that the Sith Hounds know to not come down here. It's a very dangerous place.
Again, I'm gonna go ahead and relay that to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry if that's not what I said. My bad.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Tell everyone that even though the hellhounds were hard, there's harder things down here.
Excellent.
Harder things?
Oh,
What's going on? Why are people attacking people?
Funsies.
All right. With all of that said, do you guys venture forth? Does anybody have anything to say or do before heading back or running forward?
Deeper in the chasm or to kill more doggos?
I mean, your goal is to head southeast. You can probably tell that going around the cavern full of Sith hounds is probably better than going through it.
hey, Chris, could Marco use his Sith, or not Sith, what am I talking about? My Blood Hunter kind of background to see which, I wouldn't say road, but which path has like the least foot traffic when it comes to the Sith hounds?
Why, you guys are down in the cradle?
Just seeing if there's tracks or any signs of their presence.
There's
And
a
trying to surmise which path would be easier for us to kind of venture down without having to meet many of them.
There's quite a few set of prints, but go ahead and give me a survival check.
Okay. Do I get advantage since it is my background?
Yeah. For regular survival checks or just tracking Fey undead or
Beasts.
beasts? Would that count as a beast? Yeah, it would. That'll count. Sure.
Okay. Damn, what the hell?
Fucking every time. You hate to see it.
That's a 17.
17's really fucking good. Holy shit. You have a +9?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. With the +17, you can see many of tracks. There are quite a few tracks that lead up to 10% of the way, 15% of the way, 20% of the way. A lot of them do abrupt shortly. You can tell this just by looking at them. And you're like, okay, there's those tracks. Where the fuck did they go? They didn't get swept away by anything. There's no wind down here. You can tell that it kind of doesn't matter which path is taken. Because there's really there are times where it diverges, but it still comes down to the same path. If that gives you any context.
Okay.
You've seen a couple tracks make it to the other end. One or two. One of them is human, and one of them is a track of 6 canine-like paws.
Okay, I'm gonna relay this back to my crew and tell them that there are human tracks leading in this direction. But that's pretty much all. Yeah, I'm just gonna relay all that information to my crew.
Which ones do we want to follow?
I would say the human, but like Pharaoh says, there are lots of Sith here, so I think we could do it. I think might as well just take our chances. If there's a fork in the road, might as well just take it.
So what do you guys do before we leave it off for the night?
I just ready myself to venture forward with Pharaohs and the rest of the crew if they are wanting.
Yeah, I'll follow them.
I'll follow them too.
Damn it. You guys were all very smart about that. Okay, we will pick it up next time when I have the map prepared and you can decide where to go.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, nice bait.
Yeah, I tried. I really did. I tried to get a free roll out of there, but now I gotta, like, set it up. Darn you. But, GG's, everyone. I had a great time.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you so
Usual.
much.
Yeah,
Fun
GG's, guys.
gang.
Bye, gang.
Have a
GG's.
good
Bye.
night.
Good night.
Good night and a good weekend.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.